Hello, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Coach Tiffany Parra, editor in chief of Phoenix Fitness Fanatics magazine, elevating your mind, body, and spirit. Happy Friday, y'all. We got through another week. So I am so excited. We are going to be sitting down talking to one of our contributing writers that we have not seen for a minute, but she's been out there rocking and rolling. We're going to talk a little bit about holiday burnout and talk about some resources that you guys could tap into for this next year to really, really soar into 2026. So let me go ahead and bring her on in the room. Hello, hello, Dr. Julie.
Hello, hello. How are you? I love that music.
Oh, I am amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Well, I gotta start out the party. We gotta start out dancing. We gotta start out hyper,
For
high
sure, for sure,
energy. Well,
for sure.
please,
You got to do it.
for those that have not had the privilege of meeting you, please share with them who you are, where you're from, and a little bit about what you do.
Okay. Well, let's do the business part first. I own a company called Doc Stress Busters Incorporated, that is a health and wellness entity. I also own a brick and mortar, which is called IR Wellness of Suntree. I'm located in Florida. I do red light therapy through that. I also do health and wellness through Doc Stress Busters. I work on everything from coaching mindset and just making sure that you are the healthiest, wealthiest, and wellness wise that you can be. I like to help, especially entrepreneurs, but most of the people I see are 55 plus because, as you know, that a lot of people prepare for their retirement years by becoming financially independent, and they do all those things, but then they forget about their health and their spiritual mind and the rest of the stuff, so that when they hit retirement years they are kind of feeling like there's some things missing. So I kind of help to do that as well. And I am a functional medicine provider. I do see people via Zoom. I see people in my office in Suntree. So it's a mixed bag of a lot of things. I also do speak, coach, train, and primarily, like I said, entrepreneurs and people that want to be a successful person in their next chapter of life. That's
Yes,
it.
yes. And see, we want that second half to be our best half, right?
Absolutely, because it's the freest, isn't it? We don't have any like super responsibilities that we want to deal with.
Exactly, exactly. It's time to have some joy and just really, be able to get out there. So I love, love, love what you do out there to help people, as we are getting into those seasoned years to be able to just show up and shine. So you mentioned, look, stress and Dr. Stress Busters, right? This time of the year is probably the most stressful for people. They're running around, they're trying to make, the holidays perfect and, doing all the things. And they are seriously just falling apart at the seams. So, what can people do this time of the year so they don't hit that holiday burnout? Because I know this year I just said, yeah.
Especially Tiffany, I mean, you've been having that holiday burnout all year long because of all your move and all that. So I sympathize with you. It's a hard time. First, I want to tell you a little bit about the holidays in general, just because we'll back up a little bit so we're all on the same page. Just because it's a holiday, people believe and have this false expectation that it needs to be perfect, that it needs to be the hallmark, or the absolute thing where everything has to be in order and everything has to be completed. So first thing I want people to do is take a breath and realize that it can be the best it can be, but it can't be perfect, because nothing in life is perfect. Okay, that's the first thing. Second of all, really sit down and look at your I hate to say the past, the present, and the future, but the ghost of Christmas past. Remember the things that are supposed to be important to you. Maybe it's the traditions, and maybe it's not. Be willing to let those go. The present, what do you want to happen this year? And then, of course, the future. How did it go this year, and what do you want to take forward into the next year? The other thing people have to remember when you look at the holidays in general is not everybody is joy and, and 'tis the season focused. There are a lot of people suffering from all kinds of things in
Mm,
our world that create stress. I don't feel like going to that party because maybe I've had a death in the family. Maybe I've had a suicide at this time of the year. Maybe I've had uh, a personal issue, or maybe
mhm.
maybe I'm recognizing a holiday where I've lost a loved one, etc. I personally can speak to that a lot
Me
because
too.
I've done a lot of those right at this time of the year and as we go into the new year. So not everybody sees this holiday time as happy and joyful. There are some people that are really hurting at this time. So decide whether you're one of those. And then once you figure those things out, then you can start to create a plan of action. What is my holiday going to be like? What do I feel comfortable doing? What do I want to release, let go, and
Mhm.
say, it no longer serves me. Maybe that table with the fine china and the crystal that I've spent hours polishing, and the silver, and inviting 500 guests over. I'm being a little facetious there, but you get the idea, where it looks like Hallmark and it's got all this stuff going on. Maybe that's not for you anymore. Maybe family members are far away and can't get to that giant gathering. So look at it and be realistic. Then you can create the plan that's not only going to work for you, but also, more importantly, make you feel comfortable and comforted in this time
Mm.
of holidays.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. No, and I love that. And, I
Mhm.
think this time of the year too, really tapping into that gratitude, right? That attitude of gratitude. Because even if I've had a lot of people lost around this time of the year, and even, ones that I didn't lose at this time of the year, but they're just not here this time of the year. And it does weigh on you sometimes.
Yeah.
So really being able to just tap into, the good times that you had with that person.
Mhm.
I like to, during this time, I like to make, some of the things. Right now I can't really get in the kitchen too much, but I'll even right now I'm asking my mom, things like that. Hey, can you make this or that? Because it reminds me of that person. Or as we move into, Christmas and the new year, playing music that, you may have listened to with that individual, and just, really tapping into those themes that are, that you're really just grateful for, right? Yeah. So what do you
And
think
I
about that?
and I think you're right. I think gratitude is a big part of it. I think that's where sometimes starting off, as it gets to be this holiday time, again, starting off with just maybe 5 or 10 minutes of quiet and listening to you and yourself, your spirit, whatever, and deciding what is the focus of this particular holiday time. And obviously gratitude is a big part, but until you go through and look at what is it that I'm willing to do, what is it I'm not willing to accept, and once you figure that out, then you can say, okay, now that I know these things, now I can be grateful for what I have, what I've decided, and what will be at this holiday time. And I think that's
Yeah.
key. So you have to integrate all three things that you want to do. So that's why I sort of was calling upon the Christmas Carol to do the
Right.
Ghost of Christmas Past and the Ghost of Christmas. I mean, sort of like that. You know what do you want to take into from the past into this time? What do you
Yeah.
want to take?
Yeah.
And what
And
do
I
you want
love
to
the
leave behind? And you can remember Christmases that were not so wonderful, and maybe those are things to remember and say they served a purpose. Thank you, universe, for showing me those things, because maybe I didn't have a lot that Christmas, but we still had each other, or we still were grateful for whatever whatever we did or had. I mean, I can remember, Christmases that I've spent, like, there wasn't Christmas dinner, and there was there was White Castle hamburgers, and boy was I happy to have them, things like that. I mean, humorous things now, but more, I was grateful for that time. At the time, it didn't seem so much fun. So we can
Right.
go back and look at that and say, I'm grateful for whatever. So, but that comes from you stopping, being quiet, listening to yourself, knowing what you can do, knowing what you can't, and admitting it, being okay with it.
Yeah. Yeah. And knowing that, hey, those things that are not in your control are not in your control. So let it
Hallelujah.
go. Right? Let it go, because people focus so much on trying to fix things that are not in their control, and they're getting stressed out, right? I mean, now we're anxious and we've got all these negative feelings because we just can't seem to work it out, but it's
Yeah.
not for us to work out.
And sometimes I think too, I think we depend, and this is such a multimedia society. We're so busy looking through Facebook, scrolling on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and what all else. And we look at all the other people on there that are posting these, oh, this is the most wonderful. And you don't know what their lives are really like. You don't know if they are wishing it's going to be true. They're putting fake stuff on, you don't have a clue, and you are spending your effort and energy watching this stuff and then comparing your current life to this and
Mhm.
going, oh, I'm not this and I'm not that, and that also creates anxiety and
That's
stress.
right.
We tend to not realize that we don't need to compare. Everybody has a an ability to have the holiday time they want to have, and it may not be with money, it may be with friends, it may be with family. And if you compare it to, say, Sally's stuff, Sally may be having all the china out, and don't put yourself in that position where you
Yeah,
have to feel like you're stressed because you compared yourself to
that's
someone
right.
else.
That's
You
right.
know, then we're back to gratitude again. Be grateful for what you have and what you want to do and what you can do, and then the
Right.
rest of it, let it go.
That's right. Let it go.
Let it go. Unlearn it. Unlearn it.
So, Dr. Julie, I know you have so much fantastic stuff going on out there in the world. So, we spoke a little bit about this summit that's coming up.
Yeah,
So, let's dig into that. Please share with the audience about your upcoming summit and
absolutely.
what they can expect.
For sure. Because most of the people that I see are, I would call them mature adults. Okay. A lot of people don't like the word senior. A lot of people don't like the word senior, seasoned. Um, and one of the things I tell people is you be whatever label you want to put on yourself. But those people that are chronologically over 55, 60, 65 and beyond, we are having a summit for you specifically. Now, especially if you're an entrepreneur, guess what? You burn the candle at all three ends, I'm sure. That goes with the middle too, as well. And one of the things I want to do is I want to work with all of you, whether you are in the later stages of your career, the later stages of running a business, or you already have retired, because Reclaim Your Vitality
That's right.
Summit is now. We're going to go through some of the things in terms of, functional wellness. I am, an aging strategist. I want to help you age gracefully into the next chapter. And we are going to be offering a lot of information for you. It's all free. I emphasize the word free. It is January 23rd of 2026. Oh gosh, I can't believe I'm saying 2026. But anyway, next year, when you are able to start the year out right. So if you are an entrepreneur, if you are a business owner, if you are 55 plus, this summit is for you, because we're going to talk about medications and why maybe it's a good idea to think about, if you can, let's get off of them. let's look at how your health and wellness will be in the next chapter of your life. If you are an entrepreneur, if your health is not there, you are sacrificing some of the success in your business because you are dragging through your days and you're having difficulty. So the other thing is, we know that lifestyle and nutrition are essential. Some of the guests that I'm going to be having are going to be fabulous. I'm looking for guests and speakers at this point, and we're going to publicize you. You're going to interview with me. We're going to talk about the things that are important to this population and hopefully get some answers for you. And then we're going to be running classes as follow-up. We're going to be running events as follow-up to this Reclaim Your Vitality Summit. And as I understand, our lovely and talented hostess with the mostest, Miss Tiffany, is going to also be there. So please make sure that you come out and support her as well.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the invitation of just being part of that, because, we all want to be, just have that vitality, and we want to feel just young. And I just turned, this is 50 this year. Okay. And I feel better at 50 than I did in my 20s. And that's because I've learned the things that I need to feel good. I've learned how to stretch. I've learned how to incorporate, far infrared and PEMF into my life. I've learned how to eat, because the things that we eat cause, some of the bad things cause inflammation. Inflammation causes everything in our body, y'all. I mean, from diabetes to cancer to joint pain, you name it, it comes from inflammation.
Everything starts with stress and inflammation, everything in the body. Because remember, when the body doesn't work like it's supposed to, it sort of haywires, it's got its bad things. And what does it do? It produces stress. Right. Stress produces inflammation. It's like a vicious cycle. And I think all these techniques that you can learn about and do for your very own, those are things that knowledge is golden. Health is the new wealth, for sure.
It is. Absolutely. I 1,000% agree that our health is definitely the new wealth, because you can have all the money in the world, but if you don't have your health, how are you going to spend it? How are you going to use it? It's going to be used on keeping you alive in a home or a facility, pumping different, medications and things. And don't get me wrong, I don't have anything against medications. I just have something against the side effects that come with a lot of the medications.
And Tiffany, that there are reasons why people do need medications. And I'm not saying don't keep going to your doctor. Don't get me wrong. But the average senior person is on 14 medications. 14. Do you realize what that does to the stomach? Take 14 coins and put them in your hand and think about that amount of volume in your stomach. Do you have time to eat the proper foods? Do you have time to absorb the proper nutrition? Do you have time and energy to absorb hydration, water, or some other solution? Liquid is important. You don't, and then you wonder why people say, I'm not hungry, I'm not eating. Basically, they are starving themselves to death. So this is a scary, scary thought. Yes, there are medications you need. I'm not saying you don't, but when you look at that statistic, scary, scary, scary.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. We've got a couple of comments here. We have, let's see, Gray, is it Gray and B? Says, I'm 32 and on 8. So, wow.
There you
go. Wow. We have Betsy says, amen. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in today for this conversation. I mean, I was on a few medications myself and did some research and was able to, with my physician's help, to wean myself off of pretty much everything, from figuring out how to supplement and how to really get the proper nutrition absorbed into my body. It is possible, everyone. So, if you are out there and you are on certain medications, again, just do your research, find someone like myself and then like Dr. Julie here that maybe have some other options for you and alternatives that can really help you to to thrive and not have to have so much toxic in our body, because that toxicity does cause that inflammation in the body as well.
And truly, it's small incremental changes to make progress. I say this all the time. It's what can you do, but what can you stop doing? And that's where having a coach, having a practitioner that really knows what to tell you to do. Sometimes there are so many simple things you can start with. It's going to not only make you feel better, but then you can go back to that physician and you can say, hey, I'm feeling better. Let's look at certain things. I also do lab reviews on current labs, and I look at it in a different way. I look at more of an integrative functional way. And sometimes, when you hear my labs are fine from your physician, and I'm not, again, not touting anybody that they shouldn't be, going to their doctor or anything like that. But I look at them a little differently. I look at bioavailability. I look at where are you on that, and you may be perfectly fine, but yet you say, I don't feel good. That is the body telling you. The body sends you signals all the time. Pain is a signal. Inflammation and like joints and whatnot, that's a signal. Not feeling your best, not feeling vital. When you notice that those things are happening, guess what? This is your call to action to find somebody that can help you, not necessarily your physician. They are another tool in the toolbox. There's so many things. And, I know, Tiffany, you've done many different things that have helped you. And there's no one-stop shop. This is individualized care for individuals. And that's, again, one of the things that we need to make sure we again, do the research, look at it, talk to people, and talk to a good practitioner that will go through and help you to create that plan so that you can move forward in a functional way. Super important.
Yeah, and it may be that you go over here for a minute and then you have to switch it up, right? I released almost 120 pounds. It took me 3 years to do it. I was diabetic. I still am diabetic, but it's in remission. Whenever you are diagnosed with something, it's like, hey, like something like diabetes, I know that I am predisposed or predisposition, excuse me, to have that because my mother did, my grandparents did, their parents did, so I know that is in my, that's in my bloodline. But what is it that I can do to regulate blood sugar? And one of the biggest things that you can do that was so easy was get up and walk after every meal.
That's a big one. That's really a big one.
Walk after every meal.
10 to 15 minutes, move. Even if you just pace back and forth in your house, it doesn't have to be, a super exercise or whatever. There's all kinds of things, simple, easy. And I have a lot of my patients clients, I should say, that come into the office or they talk to me and they say, I can't do this and I can't do that. I'm like, okay, that's an excuse. What are you willing to do? And we work that out together. I'm willing to X. I'm not willing to do Y. Let's start with X. Let's do what you can do. And the minute that they see that there's some results and there's some improvement, then they're willing to do the next thing. Again, small incremental changes. And that makes it so different. Just like you've done, Tiffany. You're such a success story.
Oh, I appreciate you. And it's still a journey, even after I've released that weight, I have to continue to work. I have to continue to watch what I eat. I have to continue to do my food journal. I keep 2 journals. I keep a food journal and I keep a journal where it's just my thoughts. I just let it all out, whether it be in the morning, whether it be in the evening after the day is ending. And that way, if I notice that I start gaining a little bit of weight, I'm like, wait a second. Oh, hold up. I'm 5 pounds or so, a little heavier. What's going on? I can go back to those journals and I can see, oh, hold up. Okay, I was having issues with business with this. Oh, you know what? Me and the hubby were fighting there. Oh, my child was wilding out right there. And you can always bring it back to
Yep.
something that you were going through at the time.
Right.
If you were sick, you might have had a cold or something, and it just really knocked the life out of you. Those are things that you can go back and say, it's not just so you don't feel so bad, because it's like, oh, okay, I was just going through life
Yeah.
and things happen here. Let me go ahead and figure out how I can manage those emotions a little bit easier, a little
And
bit
I
better.
think you're right, Tiffany. I think the key to any change, unlearning, which is one of my areas of expertise, I will tell you, is awareness.
Yeah.
Become aware. Start listening to your body. Start listening to your emotions. Start listening to whatever is going on in your life. Be aware of it, because change doesn't happen unless you become aware. So
Right.
that's a key one. And then once you figure it out that, oh, I'm aware that I've done XYZ or this happened, or then be grateful, because the universe is showing you the answer to what you need. You've been given a gift of knowing, oh, I'm aware. Now I know something I can change. Great, give and take of the world. Everything has a cause and an effect. This is the where you get that cause and effect, and can make a difference, make that change. And it's a lot easier than people give it credit. They think, oh, change, it's hard, it's hard.
Nope.
Start with something easy, and then
That's
keep
right.
repeating it.
That's right. That's right. Look, I'm going to give you guys just a little bit, okay, for if you're trying to release a little bit of physical weight. You know what? When you go to the grocery store, instead of rushing up to be close to the door, because you just got to be closest to the door so you can run in there, go ahead and park in the back of the lot and get those steps in. Or if you work in a building that has an elevator versus stairs, take the stairs. If your body is capable of doing it, do it.
Yeah,
Do it. Don't make excuses for yourself. You are capable of more than you know.
yeah.
And I feel like the biggest thing too is having the belief in yourself,
Mhm.
knowing that you can do so much more than you think. You got to get out of your own head, you know?
And I think too, Tiffany, speaking to both of the things that you were saying there, is number one, always keep in your head. Number one, my body is designed to heal. It's made and constructed beautifully and wonderfully. We are designed to heal. Let it happen. Help it. And the second thing is we are designed to move. We are not designed to sit in chairs or on the couch. We are designed to move. So even if you are watching something on TV or you're listening to something, keep that body moving. Do
Yeah.
something, like you can be, whatever. You
Yep.
can be moving, because all that movement is the way the body is designed. We are not designed to be couch potatoes. Sorry
That's right. That's
for all
right.
the people. So,
I mean, hey, it is what it is, right? It is definitely it's the truth of the matter. We have to continue to move. Movement is definitely medicine. And like you said, even if you don't have the capability of actually getting up out of a chair, you can still move your upper body. You can bounce. I mean, that's opening up the lymphatic system, and just getting you going, right? And just any little bit of movement is it's
it's
gonna
great.
help.
Yeah,
It's great.
some people believe that if you start your day by just hopping up and get out of the bed and just stand at the edge of the bed and just hop up and down, it starts to create lymphatic drainage, which you need. Second of all, it wakes your body up. So I tried that. I actually wanted to see if it would work, because I'm one of those people that I wake up by circadian rhythm. If I want to wake
Me
up
too.
at five, I'll say, wake me up at five, and at 5:05, I'll wake up. Some people have to practice that skill, and not hit the snooze alarm. But I did actually try that, and I did a couple of deep breathing seconds, and then I got out of bed and I was like, okay, let me try this bouncing thing. Bounce, 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 bounce. And I was like, oh, hey, this is cool. The other thing and it's very dark right now, so this is a hard one, because this is the time of year, but go outside and walk. Just stand outside for a couple of minutes, even though it's cool, it's warm, it's whatever. And even though it's dark, the body rejuvenates based on being outside. So that's another little tidbit. Obviously, when it's nice and sunny, or it's a little later in the morning, it works a little better. But especially for the seniors that are retired, they can do that at 7 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock when they get up, if they get up a little later. So it works really well. It sets your whole day off, and so does the bouncing as well. Deep breathing. Those are all things that, they're free. You can do them.
Right.
Yeah,
That's just it. They're free. You have no excuse. You can do
and
it.
the best one of all is when you are in the car and you are driving and people are going crazy because there's a sale at Walmart or there's a sale at some favorite store, wherever you are in the world, the country, and you say, I'm not going to participate in that. I'm going to do some deep breathing as I drive. So when the person cuts you off and they cut you off and you say, happy holidays, and you could be mad, whatever, but you're breathing, you're getting air exchange. So you will be less stressed, less worried. And again, at Doc Stress Busters, I have all kinds of ways of breaking that stress pattern. So you just come and find me. I'll help you with that. But that's a great one, because we know that somebody's going to cut you off.
Oh my gosh. Living here in California, we deal with all the crazies, right? And I will tell you, Dr. Julie, I do that breath work. It is, oh my gosh, it has been a game changer, because I used to have the biggest road rage. Game changer. Now it's like, blessings. Okay.
Go with God. The other one that I do, and anybody that has ever ridden with me in a car while I'm driving will know, and this is humorous. I speak to the other drivers. I hope that they understand that that's just my way. And I, they'll go cut me off, and I'll look at the car and I'll say, I know you're about to cut me off. It's okay. Go ahead. I know you're coming, and guaranteed 99% of the time. Yep. Or I know you're gonna try to get ahead, like somebody coming up on my behind and I'm like 3 inches from my bumper. Okay, go ahead and go around me. It's fine. It's okay. I'm gonna keep my speed. I'm not, and I talk to them every single time. It happens exactly like, oh, go ahead. After you. I mean,
But it
whatever
keeps
it
the
is.
calm.
And the thing is when it happens, I get this lovely endorphin rush of a chuckle because I was right. And I got such good homing, like 99 and 44/100%, just like the soap, I re-soap. I'm just that frequent that I know how it works. And you know what? When I arrive, I'm not upset. I'm not stressed. I'm happy and jovial because I let them go, and it's fine, and it's okay.
Right.
And it's hilarious, but it works like crazy. So
Yeah.
see if that works for you during our, all the traffic, and with all the construction that never seems to get finished.
Right.
Another stressor that you can release and let go. Just talk to the traffic. They don't hear you.
That's right.
And that for anybody listening, that is not lean out your window and send them the finger.
That part.
That is not yell at them, and that is not pull out your gun and shoot them. Please know that none of that stuff is good. Just talk to them. Keep the windows up and just talk to them and laugh about it. Okay.
That's it. Look, have a conversation with them that only you can hear. Yeah.
The person sitting next to you, and they will tell you, are you crazy? What are you talking to? They can't hear you. I'm like, yes, I know that. I am in the real world. I'm not having a nervous breakdown, but it's fun. I find it humorous.
Yeah. Well, Dr. Julie, it is always such a pleasure to have you on the show. You are so filled with just so much amazing energy, so much knowledge and wisdom. Please, for those that are listening, for those that are going to catch the replay, please let them know how they can connect with you if they need to let go of some stress, or if they need to learn how to just move the body and just feel good within themselves and just with themselves. So go ahead, Dr. Julie.
All right. We have docstressbusters.com. There's a website. There's a lot of freebies on there. I am on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, I believe. It's several of things. I'm on Dr. Julee Hafner. It's 2 E's in Julie. You can connect with me there. You can connect with me on docstressbusters.com on Facebook, and also IR Wellness of Suntree. There's also a site there, and that's specifically for the red light people. I'm always happy, Doc Stress Busters is, you can send me something there, or Dr. Julee at docstressbusters.com. Feel free, connect with me, put comments in. I do look at the comments. And again, if you're a speaker, a health and wellness expert, and you would love to be part of the summit, please don't hesitate. Reach out. You can, DM me or whatever, or just look for the application. I've been posting it everywhere. It'll continue to get posted till we get all of our speakers throughout right before the holidays. We're going to close it down it's like the next couple of weeks. So thank you so much, Tiffany, for having me on. I just love you.
Oh, I love you too. And thank you so much. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us today on our featured contributing writer spotlight. You can also catch Dr. Julee and her expertise in Phoenix Fitness Fanatics monthly. So if you have not subscribed to Phoenix Fitness Fanatics, go ahead and get out there and get your subscription. It is $35, and you have a wonderful
that magazine. Because there's so many other good people on there. You got to read that magazine. I've learned so much on it. It's great.
It is so amazing. We've got contributing writers from all over the world that are just there to share their passion, their knowledge, their wisdom, and nuggets to help you to just be physically, mentally, spiritually, and financially fit. So if you're ready to balance that mind, body, and spirit, tap into Phoenix Fitness Fanatics and all of the people that are in there. So love you so much. Happy holidays. Be safe out there, and we'll see you next time. Take care, everybody. Mwah.